Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, and we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. As we near the postseason, let's see where the West is shaking out. You take a look at the Rockets. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference. And checking out Utah, well, record-wise, not even in the same conversation. So here are the Jazz starting five. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Walker Kessler out there with Filipowski. And it's Collier in at the one. And for Houston, Green is the two with Brooks at the three. Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard. And with both teams fighting for playoff position, this is as intense of a regular season as you'll see, Grant.
Oh, BA, you can feel what's at stake here in the arena. Both of these teams will treat this like the postseason. The playoffs start now for them.
To the wing, right side. They set a pick. Markkanen outside. Pass to Filipowski. 6 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Van Vliet. Here's Markkanen, up and over Brooks. Markkanen misses. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Thompson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Plenty of room around him, and it's good.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
You know, Grant, looking at the career of Collin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, BA. And unfortunately, Collin hurt his knee early during his fourth year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback and just a dynamic scoring guard.
The first free throw is good. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, BA. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
And that's good as he hits both shots. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers: Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
Now here's Green. Not a good performance from him in that loss to the Clippers. And Richard, the former second overall pick in 2021, we all see the potential for Jalen Green.
When you see the physical ability combined with his shooting range, he's got a chance to be one of the top scorers in this league.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game now. And he drops the first. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
And both free throws good for Green.
Very good from here. Green over 80% from the line.
Here's Collier, guarded by Van Vliet. Pass to Filipowski. Thompson with a steal. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Cashes in the 12-footer. Thompson's got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, a shot that's proved difficult for Thompson. That should give him all kinds of confidence.
Now Markkanen. Back to Sexton. Kessler, a screen on Green. Inside. And finished off by Kessler.
You know, Sexton can be just so clever with the ball, disrupting the defense to create for his team.
Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. And it's blocked by Kessler. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Potter's checked in. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Van Vliet left side. Just 4 to shoot. Off target at the rim. Utah trailing here. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka for a minute, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Thompson with it, doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. Houston with another miss.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Markkanen with a screen on Brooks. Markkanen outside. Sinks the tray. Markkanen's got 5.
Shots like this help Markkanen get in rhythm. The D must be aware of his ability to catch and fire.
Thompson finds Brooks. Green against Markkanen. Şengün, a screen on Markkanen. Green for 3. Kessler with a rebound.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Here's Collier, guarded by Van Vliet. Here's Potter, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Now here's Brooks. No made baskets yet. Van Vliet outside. Back to Thompson. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Collier.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
Now here's Markkanen. He's got 5, and there's the drive. That shot, no good. Thompson outside. Out of bounds, it'll be Utah's ball. Utah making a switch here. Now George. Markkanen from long range. No good on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Jazz. They lead by 5. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from Utah in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Well, Richard, as we've seen, sometimes all a player needs to prosper is a change of scenery.
Well, no doubt, B.A. One of the biggest deciding factors in being successful is how you fit into a system and how you fit in with the players around you.
Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Cam Whitmore out there with Aaron Holiday, and it's Eason in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And the Jazz with possession here after the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. To the paint. Here's Filipowski, and it falls all over the rim and in. Filipowski's got his first 2 points of the night.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Outside Whitmore, drives to the hoop. Şengün, no good. Utah leading by 5. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. A nice shot by Smith.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Tari Eason is seen by some as a player on the rise, Richard. Things are coming together for him.
Yeah, his game is evolving along with his confidence. When young players put in work, they are going to get better, and that's what Eason has done.
Rockets trail by 3. Outside Holiday. Pass to Whitmore. Tipped away. Here's Springer. Whitmore defending. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And with a break here, let's look at the best free throw shooters in this year's rookie class. 4th, Keontae George.
A skill that works at every level, free throw shooting. And he's been comfortable even under the bright lights of the NBA.
And he makes a first. Houston making some changes. Thompson comes in for Smith, and Fred VanVleet is subbed in for Holiday. Utah making a switch here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Pass to Şengün. Thompson scanning the floor. Left side Whitmore. Şengün. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
He's a new school versatile big, but Şengün wants the ball inside. That's where he does his best damage.
Now here's George. No points so far. Şengün with a steal. Whitmore goes in. Counted.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
Defensive foul. Keontae George.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Dylan Brooks checked in for the Rockets. Jalen Green comes in for VanVleet.
At the line for your Rockets, Whitmore. 1 shot.
That one drops. He ties it up.
In addition to skill set, most rookies need to adjust physically to the NBA. Not Whitmore. He's got grown man strength.
Now here's Markkanen. 5 points in the game. Pass to Collier. Markkanen with a screen on Green. Here's Collier. That one rolls around and rims out. The Rockets have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. To the inside. And stolen by Markkanen.
2 minutes remaining on the first.
Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Şengün. Here's Collier. Sexton looking around. Here's Kessler. Drops it in on the fadeaway. And the Jazz lead by 2. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Şengün. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. That one on Kessler. Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Şengün has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his third year. Şengün has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11 post guy. He is so skilled.
First one falls for him. Since being drafted in 2021, Alperen Şengün has really grown his game, Richard.
Particularly his assist numbers. That's what impresses me. You can run the offense through the 6'11" Şengün. It's so impressive.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Whitmore. And Utah with a change here, too. Filipowski, he's checked in for Sensabaugh. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line.
We're starting to get a better sense of the player that Şengün is. An agile big man who really brings a lot of energy to the floor.
Here's Collier. No points yet. Down low. And there's Kessler on the assist from Collier.
Assisted by
Collier's got 3 assists in the game.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Green, the pass to VanVleet. Green, a screen. Shot is up. And the basket by VanVleet.
No, that's the definition of a masterful use of a pick and roll. VanVleet just picking the defense apart.
Pass to Kessler. Outside Sexton. Here's Collier. Guarded by VanVleet. Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Yes, it's good.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
Fred VanVleet.
Utah shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Smith, he's checked in for the Rockets.
At the line for the Jazz, Collier. One shot.
And it's Green with the ball for Houston. 4-point game. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
And if they can keep that same physicality, you have to think they'll be in a good position to grab another win here.
Look at Green showing off his range.
You can tell Green likes to move quickly. He gets that ball and he's taking the shot in just a few seconds.
Here's Collier. There's the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by VanVleet. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
What a powerful rejection. He's not wanting them to get an advantage in this competitive game.
Seven seconds left in the first half of this one. From deep three-point land. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Jazz out in front, up by 1. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Rumble. Here next try. It's all good. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. And now an opportunity to check out the old social media feed. And one here from Grandmaster Dash. He wants to know, do you have any fears you're willing to admit? I, for one, am scared of the answers you're going to give.
You promise not to laugh, you two?
I promise.
Well, I haven't told many people, but I'm scared of heights. You laughing?
He's scared of heights.
Yeah,
You're scared of heights. Oh my God! So you don't. What do? You sit down all day?
As a matter of fact, I do. Every day is a struggle.
Scared of heights. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. We've seen Walker Kessler really having a great game.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
The Rockets trail. So the Utah 5 right now. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Walker Kessler out there with Filipowski. And it's Collier in at the point.
Punishing the rim right there. Şengün.
You know, it's hard to understate the value Van Vliet brings to this team, Richard.
When you look back at Toronto's championship in 2019, he made some huge plays. When the moment got big, he came through and came out on top.
And it's Green missing.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Pass to Collier. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Houston.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Pure from three-point range. Van Vliet's got 5 points.
This is Van Vliet's calling card. He's actively looking to fire from deep.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. A nice shot by Filipowski.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Pass to Şengün. And here is Thompson. Şengün, the screen. Thompson goes in. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh,
there's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Collier. It's Markkanen on the wing. Now Sexton, Green covering. Sexton against Green. Can't get it to fall.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting one of the past 4 shots to fall.
Thompson, no good.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. There's a screen. Driving inside. And he lays it up and in. He's got 5.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Houston making a change here. Eason's checked in. And taking a look at the last 10 games, these are the teams that have attacked the offensive glass and been rewarded for their efforts. Second, Houston.
Well, you love the attack mindset on the glass. They've imposed their will physically.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Kessler. He has 6. Pass to Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the tie. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Amen Thompson.
And the quickness is unmatched. Tough for defenders to check Sexton. I mean, he just draws the contact right there.
That one's off. Utah making a switch here. And the second free throw is good. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Pass to Green. Oh, there's the alley! Stolen by Kessler. Markkanen with it. Van Vliet covering. Markkanen, the pass to Kessler. Markkanen with a screen on Eason. Here's George. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. George has got his first 2 points.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Thompson outside. Back to Van Vliet. Lets it go from deep. Here's Şengün. Banked it in off the glass. Şengün's got 4 points in the quarter.
What you love about Şengün is that he is always working for a second chance score.
Outside Sexton. Kessler, a screen on Green. To the middle. Şengün with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Releases. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
A sometimes underrated playmaker, Green showing good patience and vision.
Pass to Potter. Markkanen outside. George with it. Knocks it loose. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. Back comes Houston in transition. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Van Vliet against George. Markkanen left side. Misses in close. It could go. Unable to get that one. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets ahead, up 5. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Aaron Holiday out there with Whitmore. And it's Eason in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. The Rockets lead by 5. Pass to Smith. Back to Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Here's Potter, defended by Şengün. Here's Sensabaugh. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Houston shooting 54% from the field so far in this one. Outside Eason. Here he goes. That one goes. Count it. Eason's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused.
All right, fans, it's Cam time. Get ready to dance like everybody's watching.
Checked in for Holiday. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. We still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Potter, defended by Şengün. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
And he knocks down the first one. Sexton's checked in for Williams. And he makes both free throws.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Van Vliet against George. Van Vliet left side. Smith passes to Van Vliet. And they pick up 2. And the Rockets lead by 7.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Well, the Jazz shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. George outside. Back to Sexton. Driving in.
Driving inside with a purpose. Sexton taking it right to the defense and drawing a good foul.
At the line for the Jazz, Colin Sexton, taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. So for the Rockets, Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Dylan Brooks comes in for Eason. And Green is subbed in for Whitmore. And a new group getting ready for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Potter. Filipowski comes in for Martin. Markkanen's checked in for Sensabaugh. And it's Collier in for George. All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Pass to Şengün. Now here's Van Vliet. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
Jazz trail by 7. Now here's Markkanen. Brooks defending. Brooks against Markkanen. No good that time.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And it's hammered home by Green.
One of Green's many advantages is how quickly he gets off the floor.
For Utah, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Outside Sexton. Fires it. Perfect. Right between the eyes on that one. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Shoots over Collier. And again, it's Houston.
Showing off his touch, Van Vliet making easy work off the mid-range.
Here's Collier, guarded by Van Vliet. Pass to Markkanen. A show of force by Markkanen to get through.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Thompson outside. To the inside. Here's Brooks. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Pass to Collier. Back to Sexton. Here's Collier. Outside Sexton. And we've got 1:18 left in the 4th quarter of this one. He can't get that one to fall. And here's Şengün. Thompson outside. Van Vliet outside. Green against Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. 4-3. And Green good for 3. And now a 12-point Rocket lead.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we could put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Rockets.
And at first glance, it appeared to be an easy win for them. However, they had to weather some storms along the way, Grant.
Yeah, in terms of competitiveness, it was a lot closer than the final score indicates.
And another victory added to their resume. This will be their 53rd win of the year.
And for the year, this will be the 3rd win in 4 games against this team. They really brought it tonight.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for Alperen Sengun.
He really managed to shine on both ends of the floor, finding lots of opportunities to affect the game and make an impact.
Line for Houston, Alperen Sengun, taking 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Sengun.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much do it.
Pass to Martin. So it's Houston winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.